morning, sir.
Yeah, good morning, all. Good morning, Sarthak. Good morning, Riba. Sorry, I was late. Hello, Arsh. How are you? Arsh, are you there?
Yes.
This is
Hello,
your
sir.
first class, right?
Sorry?
This is your first class, right?
Yes, sir.
So listen carefully. After this, I will give you some work you have to do. Okay?
Sir.
Okay, good. So yesterday I already started chapter 4 of geography. So we'll continue with that one today now. Okay? So we go. So before going, I just want to ask up to where we completed. This one we have done, right? This one we have done, right or wrong? Just tell me. Hello.
Yes, sir.
This is done, right?
No, sir, I cannot see us.
You can't see.
No,
Can you see now?
yes, sir.
So we have done up to here, right?
Yes, sir, we have done plant
So I will
mixed
ask the
farming.
questions. What are the different types of farming
Um,
without seeing?
we have to learn better
Sorry?
farming and plantation farming.
Sorry? Without
Mixed farming and plantation farming.
I did not get Pandya. Can you repeat again?
Mixed farming and plantation farming.
No, there are others.
The intensive farming, commercial farming,
No, first subsistence farming.
subsistence farming, shifting farming, extensive farming, commercial farming, mixed farming, and plantation farming.
Good. Okay, in commercial farming, commercial grain farming, mixed farming, and plantation farming. Then you have extensive farming, and then you have subsistence farming. In subsistence, again, you have intensive subsistence and shifting farming. Okay, so you need to know all those different kinds of farming. You need to remember. Now we will see the food crops. Okay, so what are the types of crops that you can grow? Basically, there are two types. Yesterday, as I shown in that diagram, basically there are two kinds of crops that you can grow. One is the food crops, and then another is the cash crops. Food crop means those crops that we basically grow to provide us ourselves food. That can be in terms of like pulses, fruits, vegetables, all those things that we can eat, like rice, wheat, bajra, all these things. Okay, jawar, bajra, all these kinds of foods that we eat. Those crops, if we grow, those are called food crops. Otherwise, if we go grow crops mainly for the purpose of sale or for commercial purpose or for profit purpose or to earn money, then all that crops comes under cash crops. So it's not that the cash crops we cannot eat. There are some crops which are cash crops which we can eat and drink. For example, tea and coffee. Those are cash crops because they are grown on the plantations, very large tracts of land, and then they sell those tea leaves and the coffee beans to outside countries. For example, I told you yesterday, Brazil is the largest producer of coffee in the world, and for tea, Sri Lanka is the largest producer of tea in the world, followed by India. Okay, so food crops. Crops that provide us with the food are called food crops. What are food crops? Crops that provide us with the food are called food crops. They include cereals, pulses, all the pulses like red gram, green gram, different kinds of dals that we have. Those comes under cereals and pulses. Then fruits and vegetables. All these crops comes under food crops. So all kinds of grass like plants, like if you take rice or wheat or any fruit or vegetable plants, they have a kind of grass like plants which have starchy and edible seeds, are called cereals. So what are cereals? Cereals are those kinds of plants which are like grass like, which are edible, which have edible seeds. Those are called cereals. And the most common cereals are rice, wheat, maize, barley, oats, and millets. These are the most common cereals that we normally eat: rice, wheat, maize, barley, oats, and millets. Then you have the cash crops. Cash crops are primarily grown for sale in the market. I told you they are mainly grown for the purpose of sale in the market, whether in the market or to you export to other countries. Those crops that you primarily grow for that purpose are called the cash crops, and they provide money to the farmers. Okay, these cash crops. So we go to the next page. This is page 4, I guess. So we go to page 5. Okay, this is the next page, right?
Yes.
Okay, where are we? Okay, we are here. I can see you now. So they provide raw material for various industries. For example, cotton, jute. These are all plants. They provide like raw material to the industries. Sugarcane, for example, sugarcane is a cash crop that you can use after the crop is grown. You can use it to produce the sugar. Okay, so there is a sugar industry. Like that, there is a textile industry for cotton and jute, and then there is a beverage industry for coffee and teas. Okay, so these are all like the cash crops, because when they are exported to other countries, they provide valuable foreign exchange. Okay, so cash crops you can further divide into four categories. Either they can be beverages, that means drinks, or they can be fiber related crops, or they can be horticulture crops, or they can be other cash crops. So beverage crops are like tea and coffee, and fiber crops are cotton and jute. Hemp, I don't know, you can check like how the hemp and flax looks like. Then you have horticulture crops like flowers, fruits, vegetables. So yesterday I think you asked like what is horticulture. I got the definition for it here. If you can see, horticulture is the art and science. Can How can I minimize this? Art and science of growing plants, fruit, vegetables, flowers, and ornamental plants. That is called the horticulture. So depending on the region, it varies. For example, in China, the horticulture plants are like they have like different kinds of plants. If you come to Japan, the horticulture is in the form of bonsai and other kind of ikebana kind of trees. In India, if you take tulsi, neem, all the like those kind of crops, those comes under horticulture crops. Okay, so that is what horticulture is. It's the art and science of growing plants, fruits, vegetables, flowers, and ornamental plants. Okay, and yeah, where are we? This is right. I will close this whatever
Yes.
it is done, so it will not confuse me. Okay, so that is the horticulture. I can't see you again. Yes, yes, yes. No, yeah. Yes, I can see you now. Okay, so that is like the different kinds of cash crops, like beverage crops, fiber crops, like jute, cotton, then horticulture, like flowers, fruits, vegetables, and then the other cash crops like sugarcane, oil seeds, and rubber. Rubber is like you have the rubber industry, and then the oil seeds, you can produce oil. Then the major food crops. What are the major food crops? So just now we have seen there are two kinds of crops. One is food crops and one is cash crops. So in food crops, what are the major kinds? Wheat, rice, the other things comes. We'll see in those in short while. So basically you need to know like what is the favorable condition for growing that particular plant in terms of like rainfall, temperature, the soil, the weather, all those things. You need to know for each of these crops. This is what the entire fourth chapter is about. What are the conditions that are needed for growing that crops? What are the countries that basically produce in large amounts that particular crop? And in India, what are the states that produce that particular crop? So that is what you need to know this entire chapter, and you need to remember wheat. Wheat is widely cultivated cereal. So it is a cereal. Cereal means what? It is a grass like plant which is starchy and which have edible seeds. That is called cereal. Just now I told. It's a widely cultivated cereal. It forms the staple food. Staple means the main food. Main food in the countries located in the temperate and subtropical regions. So we in the world map we have different regions, right? Tropical, then the temperate region, then the equatorial region, then the pole regions, the Arctic and Antarctic. So you have these regions, temperate and subtropical regions, and in all these regions, this is the staple food. You can say this is the staple food in those countries which comes under these regions, that is temperate and subtropical region. For example, say India, it comes under it. So what are the conditions needed? It grows best in cool moist climate. It needs cool, moist climate and ripens in warm, dry climate. You can see here the how the wheat crop basically looks like. You can see bright sunshine here. You can see grass-like leaves here. So it needs cool, moist climate for growing, and to ripen, it needs warm, dry climate. Both combination of both. So normal temperature required for it for you have two different things, right? When you grow a crop, sowing and harvesting. We see different things there like tilling, sowing, harvesting, cutting, trashing, different things that we do for a crop. So while sowing, it needs 10 to 15 degrees centigrade, and for harvesting, it needs 20 to 25 degrees centigrade. It requires moderate rainfall. Moderate in the sense all that rainfall which is like say 75 to 100 centimeters or below 100 or 75 centimeters, that comes under moderate. 100 to 150, that is like the heavy rainfall, you can say. So it requires moderate rainfall during growing season, and it requires bright sunny weather. So you just remember this picture in your mind how the wheat looks like. So from this you can say it needs bright sunny weather, 10 to 15 degrees during sowing, 20 to 25 during harvest, and cool moist climate while growing, and warm dry climate in the while ripening. So it's grown extensively in USA, Russia, Canada, France, Australia, and China, Ukraine, South Africa, and India and Argentina. So you need to remember these countries. Okay. And in India, it's basically grown in Punjab and Haryana, Uttar Pradesh, and Madhya Pradesh. What are the four states which grow majorly the wheat? Punjab, Haryana, Punjab and Haryana, like in the north, and then Uttar Pradesh is also in the north, and then the Madhya Pradesh in the middle of India. That is about the food crop. And how the rice crops looks like, it looks like this. So accordingly you can imagine that picture, and you can know like what are the favorable conditions for it. Rice is an important staple food for half of the world population. So you have like almost how many around 6 billion, no, 600 billion population in the world, and like for half of the population, like for 300 billion people, this is the staple food, main food. Okay, what are the conditions required for it? Fertile alluvial soil. It requires fertile alluvial soil. It requires 25 degrees temperature during growing season. It requires heavy rainfall or the good rainfall, you can say 150 to 300 degrees centimeter rainfall. Okay, so these 3 points you can remember: fertile alluvial soil, 25 degrees centigrade, and 150 to 300 centimeters. That is the rice. So what are the countries that basically produce? It is produced in China, then India, Indonesia, Malaysia, Thailand, Vietnam, Myanmar, Philippines, Philippines, Japan, Sri Lanka, and Brazil. These are all the countries that produce the rice in the huge quantity. Okay, and in India, it is basically produced in West Bengal, Uttar Pradesh, Andhra Pradesh, Punjab, Tamil Nadu, Madhya Pradesh, Haryana, Bihar, Odisha. So these are the states. So you need to remember these states and these countries and what are the favorable conditions for each and every plant. That is the important thing in this chapter. So we'll close this one 4 5, and then we go to 4 6. Okay, I make it somewhat bigger. Think this is fine. So as you can see in the graph, like this is the wheat and this is the rice, which places in the graph in the world they produce. Okay. Next, you have the. Uh, did we cover entire thing in page 5 or did we leave? Okay, we have covered right. This is 44 page. Next, you have 45 page. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So this is the cash crops. What are the cash crops? Those crops that we basically grow for sale in the market, like cotton, jute, rubber, sugarcane, tea, coffee. This all comes under cash crops. So first we will see cotton. Cotton usually, as you know, just remember this diagram. Okay, how it looks like. It is an important cash crop. Yeah, it is also called fiber crop. Why it is called fiber crop? Because it provides fiber required by the textile industry. So for all textile industries means all that industry that produces the cloths. So for all the textile industry, the main fiber is provided by the cotton. So that's why it's called the fiber crop. What are the conditions? Well drained clayey soil. The soil should be clayey, black cotton soil. Okay, 27 degrees centigrade during growing period, moderate rainfall 50 to 70 centimeters. So these three you can remember in terms of soil, in terms of temperature, in terms of rainfall. And what are the countries? USA, China, India, Pakistan, Brazil, and Egypt. These are all countries that produce the major exporters or producers of cotton. Then you have in India the Deccan Plateau, the south side, whatever this that comes, like the Gujarat you can take on the west. This is like an exception, and Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, Maharashtra, and Punjab. These are the leading producers of cotton in India. Next, you have the important cash crop that is jute, is a fiber obtained from the inner bark of the jute plant. So you have a jute plant, and there is an inner bark of from that inner bark of that plant you produce this jute. You produce the fiber, and from that you produce the jute. Okay, so why what it is used making it is used for, it is making for rough quality cloth like the sacks, all the rough quality material, so packing material, those things, those can be made up of jute bags. Okay, so it is making in rugs, carpets also. It is also known as golden fiber. Why it is called golden fiber? Because it is that crop which provides huge revenue to the government, huge income to the government. So that is why it is called the golden fiber. Whereas coming to cotton, it is called the fiber crop. Cotton is called the fiber crop, whereas jute is called the golden fiber. So you need to remember these two things. That covers the sixth page. So we go to the seventh page now, and the next crop that we see is, so what are the so you can fix in your mind how the jute crop looks like this. So based on the yes, Liba.
So for the rice, wheat, and cotton, we only have to learn actually two of these, right?
To what I did not get.
Two examples of Indian and two examples of all the foreign countries.
Basically it is used for cotton cloths, whatever the cloths that you use, very wearable cloths, those are all made up of cotton, the fibers. That's why it is called fiber crop.
like the two names like India and Punjab, Australia and USA.
No, you need to know all. If possible, try to learn all, because there is a table. You just need to learn that table. If you learn the table, it means that you learn everything. Just try to learn four or five tables that are there, and you will know one or two countries. You can remember, but suppose if they ask in the blank or in the multiple match the following or the any other thing, like say whether this country is a producer of that one or not, then you might not be able to answer. So it's as far as possible, try to remember all countries and states. Otherwise you can try maximum two or three states or countries.
Yeah, I was asking for two because in each of these there's Punjab or Madhya Pradesh or Uttar Pradesh.
Hmm.
Each of these,
Hmm.
not even half of them.
Yes, yes.
Then three of these, each one of them.
Yeah, you have to know each one. Okay, the favorable conditions are it requires hot and humid climate, and it requires 20 to 20 24 to 35 degrees centigrade and 150 to 150 centimeter rainfall, and requires alluvial soil rich in minerals. Okay, so again you will ask like what are the different soils and what so for that also, like I just like got like different kinds of things, so you can know the loamy soil, how it looks like. It's a mixture of sand, silt, and clay. How, what is the texture? What is the fertility? Best for which crops? Like that, you have for all kinds of soil: loamy soil, alluvial soil, red soil, black soil, different kinds of soils that we have. So you can just Google more about those soils, and then you will know like exactly which crops are best suited for those soils. Okay, so it requires alluvial soil rich in minerals, and major producers are India, Bangladesh, Brazil, Taiwan, China, Malaysia, and Thailand. Like you can say these are all like from India to the Southeast Asian countries. You can say India, Bangladesh, China, Taiwan, Malaysia, Thailand. These are all except Brazil. Okay, and you have to also remember India and Bangladesh are the leading producers of jute in the world. And in India, it is grown in West Bengal, Assam, Bihar, Odisha, Uttar Pradesh, and Tripura. Next, sugar cane. So, as I told, from the sugar cane crop, you produce the sugar. It's a member of the grass family. It is hard, has a thick stem which grows up to 3.5 meters. Okay, and sugar is produced from the juice produced from the sugar cane stem. Okay, the important, so because it is producing that juice, it requires huge rainfall, good rainfall, 100 to 150 centimeters rainfall, 20 to 26 degrees centigrade, and it requires well drained, means that alluvial soil which is wet, somewhat kind of wet, and heavy loam of the lava soil. So it requires these kind of soil, the temperature, and the rainfall. And those are those things which are the countries and states in India that produce is. So you remember this particular picture for your sugar cane. Yes, Leva.
So what is the meaning of lava soil?
And that's what I showed you, no, just now I showed the when the lava comes, whatever the soil that that remains, that basically after the lava meltdowns and cools down, it comes under the lava soil. So you can go here and you can check more also how it is
Okay.
formed, all these things. Okay,
Yes.
it will give the entire thing, what crops that are needed. So lava soil is the soil formed from the lava rocks. The rocks produced when the volcanic activity occurs. Okay. In India, it is commonly called black soil or regular soil. It is basically very fertile. All that soil which is black, dark in color, it's very fertile and basically used for growing cotton, all these things. That's why it is called black cotton soil. That soil formed from the lava rocks. Simple, as the name itself implies. Okay, so major sugarcane producing countries are Brazil, India, China, Mexico, Pakistan, and all these things, Indonesia, USA. In Uttar Pradesh, basically, sorry, in India, Uttar Pradesh, Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, and Andhra Pradesh. Next, these two are the plantation crops. The cash crops only, but plantations where you do in the slopy lands, hilly sides, as you can see here. These are grown there. Tea is an important beverage crop. Means that it's a drink crop grown on plantations. It leaves are put in boiling water to produce a hot drink called tea. It's a tropical shrub, shrub kind of plant that is usually grown on hill slopes, and it requires well drained loamy soil. It requires a sloping land to prevent water logging, and requires 18 to 24 degrees centigrade, and it requires good rainfall also, or water also, 150 to 250 centimeters. As I told, Sri Lanka is the largest producer of tea in the world, followed by India. Then China and Kenya also produce in huge quantity. In India, basically you have Assam. Assam is the largest producer of tea, followed by West Bengal, Tamil Nadu, and Kerala. Why? Because these are like there are some hilly regions there in the Assam, the Tamil Nadu, these things, and the climate is also suitable. That's why Assam is the largest producer of tea in the world. Then you have coffee. It is also a beverage crop grown on plantations. It's a brewed drink. You brew it, prepared from the roasted coffee beans. So once these are the coffee beans, you roast it, and then after roasting those beans, you brew, and then that drink is called the coffee, which are the seeds of berries. These are the berry seeds from the coffee plant. This is the coffee plant, how it looks like. It is cultivated on the hill slopes, on the tropical regions, similar like tea, and it also almost the same kind of conditions. Well drained loamy soil, 15 to 28 degrees centigrade, and 150 to 200 centimeters rainfall. Almost same conditions as tea. As I told, Brazil is the largest producer of coffee in the world. Very important. Brazil is the largest producer of coffee in the world. That is why it is called coffee pot of the world. Coffee pot of the world. Which is the largest country? Brazil. It is also called coffee pot of the world. So I think we are done with 4.8. We go to 4.9. Coffee pot of the world. And the important countries are the other countries apart from Brazil are India, Colombia, Mexico, Ethiopia, and Vietnam. These are important countries. In India, basically three states: Karnataka, Kerala, and Tamil Nadu. So you can remember like KKT, coffee, KKT. Coffee means KKT, KKT means Karnataka, Kerala, Tamil Nadu. Like that you can remember. Okay. Then you have rubber. Rubber, as I told, is a natural rubber made from the milky white liquid. As you can see here, this is a rubber plant. They make some hole, they put some pot or a kind of vessel here. From this plant, a milky white liquid comes, they collect that liquid. That liquid is called the latex. The white liquid called latex obtained from the rubber trees. The conditions are undulating, means like the gently sloping land with the well drained soil, 25 to 35 degrees centigrade temperature, and 200 to 300 centimeter rainfall. It needs heavy water. And leading producers are what? Thailand, Indonesia, Malaysia, India, Nigeria, Brazil, Vietnam. And India, coming to rubber industry, India is the fifth largest producer of rubber. And this KT, you can remember as KT, Kerala and Tamil Nadu, is the largest producer of rubber. So you can see in the map like where it is grown. As you can see, 10 minutes are there. We'll try to finish this, and then we will try to join if it is not finished, another session. In India, you can see in the south, Kerala and Tamil Nadu. So that's why it is grown there. Those are the largest producers of rubber in the world. The largest producers of rubber in India. Then you have the green revolution. So what if we if we grow the crops or vegetables when normal or traditional means, as the population is growing so much, we can't produce that much crop or food for the entire population. So this person called Norman Borlaug is an American agronomist. He got the Nobel Prize in 1920. He invented this. He is called the father of green revolution. Green revolution is what? It is used for drastic increase in production of food crops worldwide between 1940s and 1960s by using high yielding variety of seeds, fertilizers, pesticides, weedicides, and mechanization of agriculture. So by doing all this, say before you are able to produce 5 grains from one grain, but using green revolution they are able to produce 100 grains from a single grain using all these techniques, advanced machinery, pesticides, fertilizers, high yielding variety of seeds. They use all these things and then they produce a high yield of crop. So that kind of crop cultivation is called the green revolution. They use high yielding variety of seeds. They apply chemical fertilizers. They do the pesticide. They apply pesticides and weedicides. Pesticides are used to kill insects, and weedicides are used to kill the weeds, the unwanted plants that comes out. And then they do the multiple cropping. Like in the same land, they do 2 or 3 or more kinds of cropping. And they use advanced machinery like tractors, pump sets, all these things. So because of this person, the world has to thank this person, Norman Borlaug, because he's the father of green revolution. He introduced between 1940s and 1960s by using high yielding variety of seeds, the fertilizers, all these things, and advanced machinery. And what are the impact of green revolution? These are all the impacts. Like it made drastic change in the yield per hectare of the land. Means earlier with the traditional methods, you are able to produce 100 kg or 1 quintal of rice. With the same green revolution, you are able to produce 10 quintals of rice. That is what you can imagine. It changed agriculture from subsistence to commercial and market oriented. It enabled farmers to obtain more returns, and it gave huge impetus. Means it's a kind of driving force. It's a kind of a push to the industries such as agro based industries such as fertilizer industries. So this is the impact of green revolution. So you need to know about green revolution and what are those impacts. And this is about the map you need to remember. So you need to remember this diagram, sorry, table, and you need to answer these questions. So 1 2 3 will be done by Sarthak. You prepare and share. And coming to 4 will be done by Liba, and 5 5 6 7 will be done by Arsh. 5 6 you do, no need of 7. If you want you can do 7 also. Okay, Arsh is not there, only you two are
सर
there.
कैसे करना है इसको 5 और 6 को?
I showed some methods, right? Okay, I will tell you one simple thing like how you can do. Like for example, you go to snipping tool, like you copy this one, okay, and you go to like chat gpt, you paste your image here, and you'd say please answer as sixth geography ICSC teacher. Okay, then you will get all the answers. So you need to verify from the textbook those answers. Okay, so you can use chat gpt, you can use Google Gemini, you see the answers directly here. So sometimes the answers may not be correct, so you can use different kinds of tools. You can verify from textbook, and you can use this one. You can use Google Gemini, you can place the image here, you can ask here. And then you can use Meta. In the WhatsApp you have one feature called Meta.ai. Like if you search, I don't know if it is there or not. So here also you can paste the image and you can ask here directly with respect to these things. Meta is there, Chat GPT is there, Google Gemini is there. So many tools are there. So you have to make use of all these advanced tools and prepare answers after verifying from the textbook. Then finally, I will verify and then we'll post in the group. And you can refer those documents at the time of exams. So we'll stop here because Arfan wants to go to swimming and he's very impatient. We'll stop here because we anyhow completed this chapter 4. If possible, we'll try to take in the afternoon, else tomorrow same time 11 or 11:30. If I take in the afternoon, I will try to complete history chapter 7, which is small chapter. Okay, else we will see tomorrow. And with this we
Sir,
come, yeah.
how like I'm really sorry, but I'm not able to create the word in like how
Yeah,
Sarthak
it's no problem. You
and
just send the image. I will try to copy paste that image in the Word document. No issues.
yeah, I actually wrote and gave it. I'm not
You
able
will
to
get no
create
Liva
the
answers here. The text you need to copy. You see, that's all. See, you got already text. You say Control C, then you paste. Or in the meta also you will get. You just need to copy whichever tool.
sir. Sir,
Yeah, Piyush.
sir, what is the timing of history?
Yeah, today maybe 2:30 to 3:30, or like say 2 to 3, or maybe tomorrow 11 to 11:30. I will inform in the group what time is it.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
You can message it.
Sorry.